Are you looking for valuable business advice to reach that 7-figure revenue mark? Do you want actionable tips to properly navigate through every business challenge you encounter along the way? Let Tersh Blissett and Josh Crouch be your guide in getting you to the top here at Service Business Mastery. Tune in as they sit down with world-renowned authors in business, leadership, and personal growth who share valuable insights about management, marketing, pricing, human resources, and so much more. Let their nuggets of wisdom gold guide you in owning a thriving, profitable, and ever-growing business. Here are your hosts, Tersh and Josh.
What's up, everybody out in the podcast world? Hope you're having a great day. This is a live episode. I don't even know if we'll probably even publish this anywhere, but it's kind of just an update for everybody out there, what we've gone to, some of the events we've been going to, and some of the events that are coming up here shortly. And Josh and I, we've been apart from each other for a little while, so
not long enough.
Not long enough. Yeah,
we'll
be saying that after the next week and two.
Steve, Tersh got stuff to talk to you about.
Steve Adario. Oh yeah,
Tersh getting angry just thinking about it right now.
So to let everybody know what Josh is talking about, last week I went and hung out with Steve Adario in North Georgia, and we went on a so you see what Steve says, Josh?
I did. And
you for next October. Okay. Yeah. So I'll explain to everybody what we did. It was a 24-hour ruck.
I'm getting hammered over here.
You are getting hammered on live stream. That's good. I like it.
I don't know who that is, but yes, we are leaving for Tommy Mello's event tomorrow morning. So clothes are packed. I got whatever on. I have no external meetings today. And Tersh is like, hey, you want to go live? I'm like, sure. I'm not changing though.
Yeah. Tony said I should have sent him to Steve's event. I really should have sent Tony to it, and probably will send Tony to it the next one for sure. It's definitely in my place. So I came back. I had blisters all over my feet. It was a 24-hour ruck through the mountains of North Georgia, and the group, once everything was said and done, I think Stephen told me that it was 47 miles, 47 and a half miles, something like that. 23 and a half hours or 24 and a half hours. And you couldn't sit down the whole time. And every 5 hours you got to refuel your rucksack and refill your water, which I was carrying 3 liters of water. And the first two little sections or whatever, first two segments, I ran out of water, 46.5 miles without stopping or sitting. So if anybody had to take a pee break, there was literally 2 different squads, and one squad would have to keep going, and then the other squad would stop, pull off on the side of the little trail and go take a leak, and then they'd catch back up with the other ones, and then we'd start then that other group could stop and use the restroom if they wanted to. But yeah, it was the elevation change wasn't, so I thought that the climbing up the mountains was going to be bad. That obviously was tough, especially for me because I sit in the office most days now. But you're
getting soft in your old age.
I am really. The real challenge was going down the hills, down the mountain, that gravel. So it was loose gravel, loose sand, and rocks. And then they were all covered up with leaves. So you'd step on some patch of leaves and realize that you're halfway stepping on a rock and the other half of your foot's not on a rock. So you instantly roll your ankle. And so that was rough. But
you're really selling me on going next year.
Well, oh yeah. Oh, Peter was there. Pete was there with us, skating on acorns. I forgot about the massive acorns that were there too. So yeah. Pete was right behind me at the beginning, and fun fact, you'll probably see the video or photos or whatever, but about I don't know, Pete, how long would you say? About 10 minutes into the first part of the ruck, my shirt came off. And then 5 hours into the ruck, my pants came off and I was just wearing my silkies. And so that's it. Silkies and boots
So
for
you
me.
mean you didn't try to ruck with a suit on?
You know, that was the biggest complaint I heard everybody say, that I wasn't going to cross the finish line.
Tersh does have normal clothes in his wardrobe.
Yeah. And Pete said I was out of my clothes pretty quick, but I knew that I was going to start sweating like crazy if I had them on. And so one of the instructors said, "Are you going to take off more?" And I was like, you don't want that, because there ain't nothing else under this. So no, we had a good time. It's definitely a mindset thing. I honestly didn't think I'd last more than 4 miles. And the fact that I lasted, through the night, like that's the thing for me was, I'm not afraid of the night or anything like that, but I like to sleep, so that's where I'm like, I think the camaraderie really pushed me a lot too, with the different guys in the group and everything, guys and gals. There was 3 ladies that were there too that went through that. And Steve told me earlier that it's the first time that a father and son duo made it through the whole thing, and the first time that a spouse, husband and wife, made it through.
I saw those on I saw those posts yesterday.
Oh, did you? See, I haven't even been on social media after the fact, because I legit, like, I came back, I had to go get checked out. I had something, what the heck is it called? I have to look it up. I'll look at my text messages. It's called
Steve. I told Tersh I can push him around in a wheelchair at Tommy's event this week. So just to make sure Tersh can make it around the event and say hi to everybody. Either that or we'll give him a walker.
Subcutaneous crepitus. Crepitus.
You have to break that down for.
Oh yeah, Pete. I think Rob sent me a video where, or a photo of everybody going to the IV place, and they were getting IVs, liquid IVs, and so riding crotch. Whoever said that, I don't know. It says Facebook user. Surprisingly, I didn't have any kind of it was just my feet. I mean, obviously my muscles hurt, but my feet were just.
So are you going to be able to wear your fancy shoes this week?
I wore them. I wore them home, actually, and that was extremely painful, because you've seen the blisters that were on my feet, and like it looked like I was growing another toe out of my big toe. Yeah, Steve. Steven posted basically the diagnosis is I need to get in better health. I'm in shape, rounds of shape. I'll stand by that one. So
I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, I know you are. You're having a heck of a time. You're coming to the next one, and the next one I'm going to be with the video guys, because they could leave and come back and like recharge their batteries and stuff. So I'm definitely, and the thing is whenever I first agreed to doing this with Steven, I 100% was agreeing to doing a podcast. I was not agreeing to do the whole ruck. So there's that. And then Steven's like, yeah, you're going to do the ruck too. I was like, surprise. If I had better hiking shoes, I probably would have been good. Yeah. Oh yeah. The video team was banged up. Steven said he's with the video team now. They actually haven't, I don't think they've left yet. I think, or maybe they're leaving now. They're leaving today from North Georgia. Oh, Steven, no, there's no excuses. I don't
think we can kick him out and make him stop.
I'm about to mute
so.
Steven. No,
if anyone knows Steven Adair, he was one of the originals of the original Perp Warrior, some of the crazy shit that people would see online, and he loved it. He's always loved it. And then he's got his own thing now, Trades Talk, which is a group of like 30 or so. I guess I don't want to butcher what it is, like an accountability group type of thing where it also, I've seen them have, this is their second or third get together that at least I've seen. Different mindset stuff, overcoming obstacles.
April 19th, 20, and 21st of 2024. I told Steven I'd tell everybody about it. They don't have a website, but they have a Facebook group and a TikTok page. So Trades Talk is what you look up on that. And yeah, it's very much mindset. And that's the whole thing behind this is you don't realize how much you can do until you just put yourself in that situation and you just go for it. And especially whenever you're in between those 5-hour check-ins where you could refuel, you didn't really have an option. You had to leave. If you decided to bail out, you still had to walk back down the mountain to bail out. So might as well just stuck with the group and stuck it out. And there was part of the time. So that's where I was at. I was like, man, my feet hurt so bad, but I'm going to have to walk off the mountain anyway. So might as well just stay with everybody.
Might as well get to at least the next checkpoint.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get there and you get peer pressured by Steven to stay on there. And he's like,
he's a big dude. This isn't like some little guy trying to like egg you on. He's a big dude. So
him and Kevin Dyer, he was there. That dude, a big old swole dude. He's like, yeah, man, don't give up, don't quit.
Yeah. So you want to talk a little bit about what's coming up here and some stuff
so
really
we're
cool
going to
head out to.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow to go to Orlando to Tommy Mello event. And that's the this Home Service Freedom event?
Home Service Freedom. I actually had a chance this weekend for one of their employees. They had A1. Because I'm in the Phoenix area now. They decided to post online that they're having like a little Saturday soccer game with their team or whatever. And Bree, Tommy's I think fiance.
Yeah,
I should probably know that. Decided to kind of offer it up, and Brittany volunteered us. So we went and played soccer on Saturday with Tommy, Bree, and an A1 team.
How bad did you suck at that?
It was really cool hanging out because they have this, what's called a Pinnacle Club. It's like their $1 million sales team. And they all had shirts, and there was a lot of questions about that. And just the stuff they're doing and the way people talk about how A1 and Tommy, they take care of their people. It's like you get them on the side, not in front of everyone, and you kind of have those conversations. It's really unique, especially for
ask them like, all right, so not everybody's around. You know, the boss is not here right now. Like, for real, how is it? And
Tommy's not a bad soccer player. He's a big dude though. So for him playing soccer, it looks like a football. It looks like a linebacker coming at you, but he's dribbling this little soccer ball around. But
those soccer players are rather big guys.
Yeah, in Tommy's event. So I haven't been at vertical track at Tersh. I don't think you've been at vertical track, which was what the event used to be called.
We had other events that went on at the same time.
Yeah. So all day Friday, we are podcasting live. We're the only podcast that's going to be there during the day, interviewing people like Ken Byrne, who's got a couple companies in different markets and is really doing some cool things. We've already lined up some other really cool guests, some speakers that we have not talked to in the past. So it's a great opportunity for us to find new content, new ways of bringing you guys new ideas, what's working. And Tommy, everything I've ever heard about the vertical track events it's literally like one of the best events they've ever been to. Tommy knows how to do it and do it right. So I'm excited to see what that looks like from a educational standpoint and stuff like that. All day Thursday, Tersh and I will be getting some video content and walking around, getting some breakout stuff. And probably trying to record some other stuff when we can as well, and just get some good content to bring back to everyone. But I think my guess is the theme is going to be around planning for next year and talking about economic factors and all that kind of stuff, because it's on everybody's mind. So it's relevant and it's stuff that everybody needs to think about when they make decisions for the future.
I'm looking
here.
at the agenda right now. Sebastian looks like he's on Thursday. Talking
From
about
Real?
his yeah.
So there's going to be conversations about AI and some of the technological advances and things that are coming. Obviously, there's a lot of smoke right now. Everyone's trying to get their everyone's trying to get their hand in the cookie jar, if you will.
Not everyone, but there are
AI
certain
and what
ones
that
that are
looks
for
like.
sure getting their hands in it.
But some people are developing some really, really cool stuff that is actually going to benefit a lot of people and a lot of businesses. And that's the type of stuff that Tersh and I do try to filter out and try to get the stuff that we think will be really valuable to you guys. Because we also realize that you guys running your own home service businesses, you don't have time to research all of this stuff in addition to taking care of your team and your field team and work with your suppliers and all the different facets of a home service business. So we do try to really bring you people that we know, like, and trust, that they really have their heart in the right place. So if they're developing something, we want to bring that to you and bring what that's about to.
If you're at the event, stop and say, hey, if you see us and we're walking around, stop us, because when we're at these events, we have a very a narrow focus, and we're not ignoring anybody intentionally. I promise you, if you stop us, we will stop and talk to you. But we're typically just really hyper focused on whatever is next on our mind to get recorded or whatever.
And we have a brand new banner, not the one that you see in the background. So you got to take a picture with it, because it actually has it's not full size, but it's a pretty big picture of Tersh and I. I'm not touching. Steve, he sent me literally 20 pictures.
He's coming to we have the condo tomorrow night, and so all day Wednesday, his job is just to sit on the couch and massage my feet. So
that's not happening. I will get my own damn room, and I will not tell you what room number it is.
No, yeah, I'm gonna hack into your Life 360 and follow you around.
So that's this week. And then we get Tersh, I think you're driving home, and then you're coming back with Julie.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Julie up and then come back
for a different event. I met a guy out at CEO Warrior. It's called Magnify Your Wealth, but it's essentially for tax planning and stuff like that. I'm going to try to get whatever I can to bring back, because this is something kind of really outside the normal realm of the content that we can normally bring you, because this is a different level of thinking, tax strategy, things like that you can bring back to your business for the next year and moving forward.
It's the stuff that we really need to know, though.
Like I told you before this, I just don't know what I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know there. So I'm hoping to learn a lot and bring some of that stuff back to the group and social and all that kind of stuff. So that way maybe we can bring some guests back to talk about a little deeper too.
Pete, are you still on? If you are, give us a thumbs up or something in the chat bar. I gotta ask a question real quick.
While we're waiting for if Pete's still here, we have and then the week after that we have honestly one of, at least last year, probably the most organized event and the best run event that we had all year, which was Women in HVACr. This year is in Jacksonville, so literally all this stuff is in Florida over this little period of time. And we get to, he's listening.
Okay, Pete's here. I got to say something about what Pete and I were talking about. So whenever we all got together, one of the things about the event that I expected it, Rob Hernandez, he was in the Marines. And so we kind of chuckled about it whenever he said it. Whenever this guy, Chad, the guy that led the thing, he said that we're going to show up at your hotel sometime between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. And it was funny because Kevin's wife, she said, so how do I know what time to wake up? Like, who's going to tell me? Because if we don't know what time that you're going to get there, what time do I wake up? And obviously we got to wake up at 5 a.m. and sit there and wait, or wake up at 4 and be down there. But anyways, what it led to was a bunch of us just sitting around and chatting and getting to know each other a lot better. And Pete's a really, like, I love Pete so much. His personality, he's just a quiet, stand off into the corner kind of guy, and he's just absorbing everything. And then he'll mention something like it when it matters the most, is he'll just kind of mention something. And we were talking about something that's not, I won't repeat the entire conversation because it's not proper for us to talk about here on the show. But one of the things that I absolutely, oh my God, I thought I was going to piss myself whenever Pete said this, because we were talking a little bit about how Josh tends to call out people on the internet. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. He does. Sometimes I have to rein him in a little bit. And Pete said, yeah, like, I'm pretty quiet. But one time I was about to call him out. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, he said, one time I seen Josh and he was posing with this sign and it said, "Dirty hands, clean money." And I was like, oh, because instantly we both knew that Josh ain't never had dirty hands before. So I laughed so hard. I probably didn't laugh out loud as hard as I was laughing internally, because I was like, oh, next time I see Josh, I'm telling him about this. Josh has the cleanest hands. So
they look pretty damn clean.
They are clean. I've seen it. He's carried my luggage once or twice, but I definitely
did so my family, my uncles and stuff, they've all pretty, I didn't get the gene, the gene to want to work on cars and do that stuff. I have some uncles and stuff that can fix that stuff. They all do their own maintenance and all that kind of stuff. And I've learned some stuff from Brittany's dad later as I've gotten older. I just do not, like, don't take to it. Our last house before we sold it, we had to patch up a truck though. Yeah, I did. But like the last house I got fired from hanging stuff on the wall. If that tells you anything, like literally I'd make the holes there'd be too many holes or too big holes in the wall. Like, I was trying to hang up stuff in our daughter's room and like, let's just cover that up.
You know, the thing that really kind of blows me away is the fact that when you took that selfie, I was standing right in front of you because I was actually taking a picture of you taking the selfie.
Was that the work with your hands logo or something like that? That was there.
It was at the Next Star event that we were at.
Okay.
And it was the dirty hands, clean money. And I was taking a picture of you, but it never even registered in my brain
until you said that now.
Huh?
It didn't even cross my mind that we took a picture with that. I didn't even, until you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Oh, but Pete just kind of mentioned that out of nowhere, and I was like, oh yeah.
Pete is very observant.
He's known you for a long time, and so
yes,
he
had
the
known
right
him since back in when I was working with Mark, and he actually stopped by one time. He was going hunting. He stopped by Port Washington because he's a lot of hunting. He's got some land up in that area and stuff like that in Michigan. So good time. But yes, Pete.
I'm glad
I've helped change out some furnaces, but I'm pretty much the guy that's handing the tools and going to the truck and grabbing whatever somebody is yelling at me for. That's pretty much the extent of my hands-on experience.
You bring the wrong thing back and then they throw a wrench at you.
I was pretty good at getting the right tools. I at least knew what they were called. So I could have a good conversation. I can talk to you like I know what's going on in an air conditioner. Like I could diagnose it mentally. Just
so that's how you come up with these posts, and you're so full of it. And you're like, oh yeah, that sounds like you know what you're talking about, Josh.
I do, for the most part, try to stay in my lane. I will let the things like the what I call nerdy stuff, even though it's not really that nerdy sometimes. But like Tersh starts talking technical stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk away because I have no idea what's going on right now. But yeah, so thank you for calling me out, Pete.
Yeah, yeah, it was funny. It was a good old time.
I'll have to start keeping an eye on what I take a selfie in front of.
I'm gonna have Pete. I need you to start messaging me whenever you think about something like that, because he was like, I didn't want to call him out in front of everybody. But had you messaged me that, I would have called him out on it.
Brittany,
which is what I'm doing right now, live in front of everybody.
Well, if I'm not calling someone out, Brittany calls me out. She will be the first person in every conversation to tell everyone how not handy I am. And I just sit there like, yeah, I've heard this a few hundred times. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm the non-handy husband.
Brittany's shaming you.
Yeah. Speaking of Brittany, and I mentioned Julie earlier, we will be the last event in November is the Women in HVACr event, which the theme this year is Go Bold, and so my reading comprehension is not great. I saw Go Bold. I'm like, black and gold. I'm like, cool. I didn't realize it like a 1920s theme.
Not 2020s.
No.
1920s.
Well, you do have to be clear when it says 20s, which 20s you're talking about. But yeah, it's like 1920s, like the back before the Great Depression days. I didn't.
So what outfit you got for that?
It's pretty much a black outfit with a gold tie.
Oh man.
I may have to go shopping in Orlando, maybe get like
I'll take you shopping.
A hat situation or something.
Yeah, I'll take you shopping.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Get you a fedora.
I don't know if I have that much money. You have some nice suits.
No, we'll go somewhere. We got you. Yeah. Get you a good fedora.
It'll be a great time. It's that event is always so well run, and the ladies there are just fantastic. And it sounds like even people from plumbing and stuff like that are coming in, starting to get outside of just HVAC. And a lot of husbands and stuff will come with, and it just makes for a really great event. And they have a whole new board this year, so they're kind of changing some stuff over. So our personal favorite, Colleen, is not going to be the one in charge anymore. She's kind of our like, hey, we have a problem, go to Colleen type thing. She's our firefighter for any of that stuff.
I like everybody. I'll be honest with you. Everybody that I ask.
Erica's great too. She's super great on the partner side.
I'm excited to have Erica there. With everything she's going through and everything. I think this will be the first event she's going to be there in person. So
yeah, she's I talked to Colleen a week or 10 days ago. She said she's going to be there, so which is great. But no, it's a super awesome event. They always give out the scholarships at the event for the ladies that won the new scholarships and stuff, and we usually try to grab some of them, as well as obviously some of the keynotes and the breakout speakers for content, which gives a different perspective. So I'm not really a religious person. Our personal trainer invited us to church yesterday, and it's a non-denominational church, and that they kind of had this thing where they're like sitting down and they were talking. We obviously missed the last couple of weeks of what they were talking about. It was more of like marriage and communication and stuff like that. But they had the ladies on stage, and they were like interviewing these ladies at different stages of their marriage. And there's a totally different perspective when you get a female to give their information about whatever the topic is versus.
Get out of here, Josh. Are you serious?
And it's great because we get a lot of unique perspectives about the trades, and it's interesting to see how the trades have grown just in the last couple of years with this, because Women HVACr has been at the kind of the forefront of it, but it's been really awesome.
Yeah.
It continues to grow, and you're starting to see it. You're starting to see some awesome lady-led podcasts like Power Women of the Trades. Transforming the Trades, which is Lynn Wise, who I've always respected.
Yeah, I think we were one of the first episodes that she released.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys are at any of those events, come say hi. We'll have a booth. Well, we'll be podcasting live on Friday at Tommy's, and then we'll have a booth at Women in HVACr. So between Tersh, Julie, Brittany, and myself, we'll be rotating through that and meeting and greeting and all that kind of stuff.
I want to add on there after those two events, like it feels like that might be the end of event season, but it's not. I think we'll be taking December off because Julie and I are going on vacation to Mexico because we didn't go last year for our 10-year anniversary. So we're going to go for our 11th anniversary. But then following that, at the beginning of January, everybody comes to Savannah because we have BDR.
I'm excited to come check out Tersh's, not necessarily hometown. I know you don't live in Savannah, but like the main place that people know you from.
Yeah.
With BDR Spark, and then we have, and then we're going from that. Like 2 weeks later, don't we go to AHR and it's like in Chicago in January?
Yeah. HVAC Technical Awards, AHR Expo, and then following that, I go back to Florida, to Orlando for the HVAC School Symposium, and then in March we go to ACA in Florida. So
yeah, it's a busy schedule, but we're enjoying it. And honestly, the networking and having real conversations with people, stuff that you don't necessarily see online, you get the real conversations with people. And it's just, it's a different level of connecting with people. And it's great that everything's back in person again. I know we kind of take that for granted now, like COVID's been over, but it's great. Everything's back in person. Get to hang out with people outside of our normal day-to-day operations and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I'd like to add too that we have some cool things that we've been talking about and things that are coming up. For those who might happen to be watching this and you don't realize that we've done a couple talking engagements recently on AI and automation in the trades and how to help improve client communication and consistency using automation and AI. And so we will keep you we'll keep you up to date on the things that we're going to be introducing for that. So like people are asking for some different courses and stuff, and we've agreed to do those. We just want to make sure that we're putting out relevant content.
I think once this so obviously there's holiday season along with these events. So Tersh and I will probably do like a live podcast and go through what we did for our keynote and some of the presentations. So that way people outside of that audience get to see the same thing, because there's some really cool stuff coming. And honestly, by the time we get around to doing that, maybe in like early December, those things are going to be that much more developed than where they were. So I think that's definitely something on the horizon here. And obviously we'll continue to, as we hear stuff, pass it.
Have you seen the plugin for Canva in chat?
I've seen a few. I was just trying to read an email with some other updates, because like ChatGPT now is completely multimodal, meaning you can, on your phone, you can talk to it, you can send pictures, you can send all this stuff. Garrett Elmore has been playing a lot with the logos, like different, like he even did a few for me and just was like playing with different prompts with our main logo, and some stuff is pretty cool. Like you can do some really cool stuff with it once you start learning like what to tell it. And then like
prompts,
creating he did one the other day, which was like an inventory blowout sale for like a Lennox system with the sign out front, the Lennox, and a home in the back. And it was actually really good. I'm like, holy crap. Like that's a great image. And it's images you're going to have a really hard time creating something like that yourself.
Unless you're a graphic designer.
Yeah, unless you're a graphic designer and you know Adobe Illustrator and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of
it's cool. There's CapCut. I think it's the name of it. Which is a little editor for like TikToks. That's what the most known for, and Canva and Wikipedia plugins, all for ChatGPT.
Well, and that's the thing, because now getting into like open API keys and stuff like that, like everything that you can do through all these automation connections that Tersh and I have been working on for years, you can now connect all of these things together. So not just create automations where it takes data and moves it. You can take the data, have it analyze it, come up with an output, do something else with it. It's wild. Like your imagination can really run wild on you. But without getting into our keynote here, because I got to head out in a few minutes, if you have not already, start learning the basics. This is not going away. So if you don't learn either that or decide to retire soon, start selling, get ready to sell your business and just don't even have to worry about it. I'm telling you, this is going to completely change the way we run our businesses in the next.
In the chat bar, I put in the link to a list of our automation ideas, which I'm actually going to be updating a little bit over the next week.
Well, now we got to update them with like, how does that work with AI? Because we did the ones that had like with HVACr and what tools to connect, and which is like, believe me, Tersh is most of this is his list that he's using. He's either used in the past or using currently with Service Emperor, and there's like really good stuff in there. Most of the stuff that I added was more on the marketing side because that's where we focus. But now you can take this information to the next level by figuring out how to connect ChatGPT.
Yep.
Have that enhance what's already there. Have it answer your emails, or at least come up with a draft of your emails, so that way you don't have to think about something.
And it learns you too with those drafts.
Have you seen? Maybe you're aware of this. There is a section now. I just learned this. It's called a topical authority mastermind. It's kind of like how to become like Roger Wakefield. When you go to YouTube, when you type in the term plumbing, Roger shows up. That's topical authority, meaning you're the person that people come to for that stuff. So I'm kind of learning that for some of our stuff. But inside of ChatGPT, if you go to, I think it's custom instructions, which is a newer feature. So instead of constantly having to give it your information, because that was probably the most annoying thing, is like, my company's name is so-and-so, I'm this, my audience is this. Like, you had to keep repeating that. You can give it once, and then you can just continually tweak it.
Yep.
And now you can just have that setting, that toggle turned on, where it's like, okay, am I using this information or am I using something completely separate? And now it starts to learn you, or you can give it your URL for your website.
That's what I did. I actually gave it.
Scrapes the entire website to come up with your FAQs and your hours of operation, your locations. If you have pricing on your website, it'll pull it in. Like, it's wild how quickly you can pull all that stuff into one knowledge base.
Anywho, we got to wrap this up because you got to go in like 5 minutes.
I got to go to the dentist before I get to Florida.
Have fun with that. All right. We appreciate everybody hanging out, asking questions, and entertaining me and making fun of Josh. So we'll have to do this on a daily basis, I think. But
no.
Anyways, I hope to see everybody here shortly. Hope to see everybody soon. If you're at the event or a show and you see us, flag us down, kick us. Well, don't kick us, kick Josh, and I'll laugh.
Just step on Tersh's toes.
Yeah. Oh, please don't do that this week. We'll see y'all later. Hope you have a great and safe week. We'll see you.